Are you an INTP? Let's find out. Agree or disagree with the following. Everything can be analysed. Everything should be analysed. And I do analyse everything. Answer, agree. Your dominant function is not something you try to do. It is automatic, and, to a large degree, who and what you are. For INTPs, that is TI. They are analysis machines. Nothing escapes their scrutinising eye. When someone says something you intensely disagree with, do you fail to bite your tongue, hit them with why you think they're wrong, then, later, feel some guilt and worry about your social skills, or in your mind, lack thereof? Answer, yes. INTPs don't lack social awareness, or even aptitude. They are imbalanced in this area. TI suppresses FE. That is a recipe for internal conflict socially. When they have to choose between a truth bomb and a delicately dodged reply, they can be torn. Whichever they pick has a downside. So INTPs will typically relate to some level of regret after the fact when being blunt and harshly honest. Do you like intellectual variety and novelty, where new ideas generate a sense of excitement? Answer, yes. I've seen INTPs described as types who tend to have that one thing they obsess over in life. In my view, that is rarely true. Even famous INTPs who gained their fame in a specific area were very eclectic people beyond that. Just because their success was limited to one field doesn't mean their interest was. Like their ENTP cousins, they struggle with new ideas like magpies and shiny objects. It's hard for them to resist. They desire the eternal opening of new cerebral doors. Are you a creature of habit and routine in the physical realm, as well as a creature of comfort? Answer, yes. 3 factors contribute to this. The first is the previous point. In order to facilitate intellectual variety, they automate their physical life in the form of habits and routines. That way, they can focus on the main things they enjoy. The second is them having SI prominently placed. This function is a great maintainer, gravitating towards things that it can perfect over time. INTPs, therefore, can be masterful in creating systems to run their life. However, it will not look like that to other people. A system, for example, could be eating the same meals every day, or wearing similar outfits. Or, the same outfit. These things are habitual. It's an autopilot mode for the physical things in life. The third factor is them having SE blind spot. Physical variety and experience tend to be very low down on their priority list. So, if you relate to wanting intellectual variety, but physical routine and repetition, that's a good indicator. Do you perform best in fast-paced, high-pressure situations where rapid adaptability and reactivity are paramount, and you're forced to take quick action? Answer, no. For many INTPs, this might be quite hellish. To be clear, I know INTPs who work in such environments and do extremely well. They often cite needing that kind of pressure to shake them out of laziness and inertia. But in general, it's not the INTP preference. Even those people I mentioned are well aware that it's not their natural habitat. On that note, it can often be more powerful to put yourself in places where your skill set is less common. If you can contend with the difficulties you encounter and overcome them, you'll find yourself with a strong competitive advantage. Number 6. Are you irked by forceful subjectivity? Answer, yes. INTPs have a universalizing mind, and somewhat optimistically, or perhaps naively, think that if something is true, that everyone ought to, if they truly listened to and understood the argument, also agree it's true. When someone is forcefully subjective and pushing that opinion as if it's true, it drives them nuts. Equally, if someone asserts that something is their truth and it's about something objective, yeah, that drives them nuts too. Number 7. Do you often wish you were more productive and organised? Answer, yes. One of the curses of the modern age is to always feel like we're not doing enough. But, that aside, it is still an issue for INTPs. I've noticed that INTPs sometimes romanticize certain aspects of the ENTJ type, namely, their action-oriented and productive nature in combination with an intellectual and strategic approach. It's not the same kind of thinking that they would advocate usually, but they find something worth emulating in the overall approach. Almost like the fully formed version of them would be like that in some ways. Number 8. Do you have a pathological need to know? Answer, yes. When I started doing card tricks in school, I noticed a trend. Most people were blown away, naturally. And for them, that is where it ended. But there were some people, and I'm talking 1 or 2 out of hundreds, who couldn't let it go. Of course, I would never reveal how the tricks were done, so they had to look elsewhere. Eventually, the people who had to know would find the answers, in the same places I did. Then, in quiet moments, they would sidle up to me and whisper the particular sleight of hand technique I used, which I would gracefully confirm. The inability to get a mystery or unsolved problem out of their mind is something that INTPs can be plagued by. It won't happen with every single topic, of course, but it's very common for them. Aside from a handsome host, this channel has many things, including a Patreon page, where you can give me money in return for exclusive content, a Discord server where you can annoy me in return for chatting with weird people, including me. Also, subscribe.